Philadelphia, November 6th, 2011. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Joe Frazier's bedroom. Silent, dark, curtains closed. Because light hurts now, eyes sensitive, everything sensitive. Joe lying in bed. Can't get up, haven't gotten up in 6 days. Very weak. 67 years old but looks 80. Liver cancer, stage 4, metastasis everywhere, bones, lungs, not brain yet. But soon will spread there too. 6 weeks since diagnosis. Doctors said 6 months. They were wrong. Spread faster, more aggressive. Now maybe 1 week left, maybe less. In room Florence, sitting in chair, hasn't slept for nights. Just watching her husband, breathing in and out, chest rising and falling, with each breath, still here, still with me, still alive. Door opens slightly. Marvis looks in, whispers, "Mom, Rodney's here. Is Dad ready?" Florence turns, eyes red, no sleep. From crying. "I don't know. He's very weak. Maybe another time." But Joe hears, opens eyes, slowly. Difficult, but opens. "Rodney," voice whisper, hoarse, dry. "Bring him." Marvis enters, holding 5-year-old Rodney, youngest grandchild, 8th grandchild, last grandchild. Rodney sees grandfather, scared, because Grandpa different. Not the Grandpa he knew. That Grandpa was strong, would laugh, would play games, but now lying, can't move, very sick. "Grandpa?" Voice trembling, scared. "Are you okay?" Joe tries to smile, lips cracked, dry, but smiles. "Come here, Rodney. Come beside me." Marvis lifts Rodney, places on bed, careful, because Grandpa very fragile. One wrong move could cause pain. Rodney sits beside grandfather, small, innocent, 5 years old, doesn't understand death yet, only knows Grandpa sick, very sick. Joe reaches hand, trembling, bones visible under skin. Hand once was fist, knocked down Ali, won championships. Now can barely touch grandson's hand. Rodney holds hand. "Grandpa, when will you get better?" Joe looks at grandson long time. 5 years old. How to explain? How to tell child? Your grandfather dying. 1 week from now won't be here. Rodney, Grandpa won't get better. Very sick. And soon will die. Rodney's eyes filling. "No, don't die, Grandpa. Please don't die." Joe squeezes hand, weak but tight. "Rodney, listen to me. Very important. Must tell you something." Takes breath. Difficult. Lungs metastasized. Each breath battle. But takes. Because must speak. Last lesson, 8th lesson. Most important. "Rodney, you have 7 brothers and sisters, cousins, talked with, all of them, gave each 1 lesson. Now your turn." Rodney crying. "But Grandpa." Joe, "Shh, don't cry. Listen, because this most important lesson, 8 grandchildren, 8 lessons, yours, most important." Marvis approaches. "Dad, you're tired. We'll talk tomorrow." Joe shakes head, determined. "No, now. Must tell Rodney. Now." Turns to grandson, gathering last strength, last breaths, last words. "Rodney, in life, people will try to stop you. They'll say, you can't. You're too small, too different, too weak. Chains they'll put on you, invisible chains. But Rodney," voice strengthening, "last time, for last teaching. You are free, born free. Don't accept any chains. Break them. Be free. Be free." Hand drops, eyes closing. Last lesson given. Rodney crying. "Grandpa, Grandpa!" Marvis holds Rodney. "Shh, Grandpa fell asleep. Needs to rest." Florence approaches, kisses Joe's forehead, whispers, 8 grandchildren, 8 lessons. Complete my love. Now you can rest. But Joe doesn't die yet. We'll live 36 more hours. Until November 7th, 10:59 p.m., but mission complete. Last lesson given, last grandchild taught, now can go. And now, let's go back. 6 weeks back, to that doctor's office, to that diagnosis, to that question. Because everything started with that question. October 2011, Pennsylvania Hospital, Oncology Department, Dr. Richard Peterson's office, Joe and Florence sitting across, waiting for test results. Dr. Peterson enters, holding file, face says it, not good news, sits at desk, opens file, looks at results, then looks at Joe. Joe, Florence, results came in. Liver cancer, stage 4, metastasis present, spread to lungs, spread to bones. Florence's breath catches. Hand goes to mouth, but makes no sound. Joe doesn't move, just looks at doctor. How long? Dr. Peterson. With treatment, maybe 6 months, maybe less. We can try chemotherapy, but at this stage it's not cure, it's buying time. Joe nods, processing information. 6 months. Will I be in pain? Dr. Peterson hesitates. Yes, Joe, I'm sorry, but yes. In final weeks, pain will intensify, but we'll provide strong pain medication. Morphine, we can control pain. Joe. Will morphine affect my mind? Dr. Peterson. Yes, it numbs, sometimes causes confusion, blurry feeling. But Joe, the alternative of pain is unbearable. Without morphine, Joe raises hand. Will my mind stay clear if I don't take morphine? Dr. Peterson surprised. Joe, I don't think you understand. The pain really... Joe. I understand, doctor. There will be pain, a lot of pain, but answer my question. If I don't take morphine, will my mind stay clear? Dr. Peterson. Yes, but... Joe. Your answer is yes. That's enough. I won't take morphine. Florence turns to Joe. Joe, no. You'll suffer. Joe holds her hand. I know, my love, but listen, I have 6 months, last 6 months, and I won't spend these 6 months in morphine fog. I want to be awake. Dr. Peterson. Joe, really think about this. The pain. Joe. Doctor, I boxed 35 years, nearly died in Manila. I know pain, but now I have 6 months, and I'll spend these 6 months like this. I'll talk with my 8 grandchildren, give each one a lesson, spend time with family, with clear mind, not blurry. Voice strengthening. Because death is inevitable, but how you die is choice. I choose to die awake. Dr. Peterson looks at Joe. 30 years oncologist, thousands of patients. But nobody ever refused morphine. Nobody. Are you sure, Joe? Joe. Never been more sure. And in that office, that moment, Joe Frazier makes final plan. 8 grandchildren, 8 lessons, 1 teaching for each. No morphine. Pain, yes. But awake, conscious, valuable. First week, pain starting, liver swelling, abdomen hurting, but Joe resisting, no morphine, only paracetamol, weak painkiller. Doesn't stop pain, just dulls it. Lesson 1. Joseph Jr., 8 years old. October 15th, first grandchild, oldest, carries Joe's name. Joe sitting in chair, Joseph Jr. beside him. Joseph, I'll tell you something. Most important thing, never give up, no matter what, no matter how hard. Never give up, because quitters never win. Joseph, but Grandpa, sometimes it gets really hard. Joe, I know it's hard. In Manila 14th round, Eddie wanted to stop. I said no, 1 more round. Didn't give up. You don't give up either, Joseph. Never. Lesson 2. Mariah, 7 years old. October 18th. Pain increasing, but Joe talks. Mariah, life will give you pain. But there are 2 kinds of pain. Meaningless pain and meaningful pain. You choose meaningful pain because that pain makes you strong. Mariah doesn't fully understand. 7 years old. but recording. We'll understand later. Lesson 3. Derek, 9 years old. October 22nd. Joe weakening, but when Derek comes, stands up. Derek, protect your family, always. Family first, because money goes, fame goes, but family stays. You will protect them. Derek, how will I protect them, Grandpa? Joe, by being strong, being brave, showing love. Family makes you strong. You make them strong, too. Lesson 4. Natasha, 6 years old. October 26th. Pain unbearable. Doctor begging, Joe, please take morphine. Joe, no, Natasha coming today. Natasha comes. Sees grandfather, scared, because very sick. Joe, Natasha, I'll tell you something. Be proud of who you are. You're black. You're Frazier. You're Joe Frazier's granddaughter. Be proud of that. Never ashamed. Natasha, but Grandpa, some kids. Joe, some kids don't know, but you know. You're special. Don't forget. Lesson 5. Brandon, 10 years old. October 30th. Joe in bed, can't get up. Brandon comes. Brandon, forgive. People will hurt you. But forgive, because anger poisons you. I forgave. Ali took 10 years, but forgave. You forgive. Sooner. Brandon crying, seeing grandfather's pain. Grandpa, you're in pain. Take morphine, please. Joe, no. Talking with you. This more important. Forgive Brandon. Always forgive. Lesson 6. Aliyah, 8 years old. November 2nd. Pain, hell, liver stabbing, bones burning. But Aliyah comes. Aliyah, fight. Fight for what's right. If you see injustice, speak up. Without fear. I fought. You fight too. Aliyah, but Grandpa, I'm small. Nobody will listen. Joe, they will, because you're right. Right wins. Fight Aliyah. Don't give up. Lesson 7. Jordan, 7 years old. November 4th. Joe dying. Everyone knows. But Jordan comes. Second to last grandchild. Jordan, love. Love without fear. Love your family. Love your friends. Love yourself. Because love, strongest thing. Hate is easy. Love is hard. But love wins. Jordan hugs grandfather, crying, I love you, Grandpa. Joe, I love you too. Never forget. Lesson 8. Rodney, 5 years old. November 6th. Last lesson, most important. And here we returned to beginning with Rodney. Be free, 8 grandchildren, 8 lessons, never give up, choose your pain, protect your family, be proud, forgive, fight, love, be free, complete. Mission finished. November 7th, Monday, night, 10:30 p.m. Joe taking last breaths. In room his family. Florence, Marvis, Jackie, children, everyone. Joe opens eyes. Last time, looks at everyone. 8 grandchildren. 8 lessons. Did I give them? Marvis. Yes, Dad, all of them. You completed it. Joe smiles. Good. Now, I'm free. Last word. Free. Eyes closing. Breathing stops. Heart monitor flatline. 10:59 p.m. November 7th, 2011. Joe Frazier dies. No morphine. Pain was there. 6 weeks of pain. But was awake. Until last moment. 8 grandchildren. 8 lessons. Given. Completed. Florence kisses his forehead. You're free now, my love. No more pain. You're free. Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church. 2,000 people. Joe Frazier's funeral. Speeches begin. Friends, family, former opponents. Then 8 grandchildren walk to podium. One by one, each tells their lesson. Joseph Jr. My grandfather told me, never give up. I will never give up. Mariah. My grandfather told me, choose your pain. I will choose meaningful pain. Derek. My grandfather told me, protect your family. I will protect them. Natasha. My grandfather told me, be proud. I am proud. Brandon. My grandfather told me, forgive. I will forgive. Aaliyah, my grandfather told me, fight, I will fight. Jordan, my grandfather told me, love, I will love. Finally, Rodney, youngest, 5 years old, in Marvis's arms. Rodney speaks into microphone, small voice, trembling but clear. My grandpa told me, be free. I didn't know what it meant, but my mom explained. Pauses, crying. Be free means break chains. Nobody can stop you. And I will be free, like my grandpa. 2,000 people stand up, applauding, crying, because they understood. Joe Frazier wasn't just boxer, was teacher, until last breath. Marvis walks to podium, makes final speech. My father received cancer diagnosis 6 weeks ago. Doctors gave morphine. My father refused. We said, Dad, you'll suffer. He said, I know, but I'll be awake. We didn't understand then, but now we do. Looks at 8 grandchildren. My father suffered 6 weeks, every day, every hour, but never once took morphine because he needed to talk with 8 grandchildren, needed to give 8 lessons with clear mind, not blurry, voice breaking. My father taught me something. How you die is choice. He chose to die awake, in pain but conscious, and left 8 grandchildren 8 golden lessons. This is real legacy. Turns to casket. Dad, you're free now. No pain, no chains, only freedom. I love you, forever. 2,000 people crying, applauding, standing, because Joe Frazier asked one question. Will my mind stay clear? And that question changed 6 weeks. No morphine, pain, yes, but awake. 8 grandchildren, 8 lessons, 1 legacy. Today, 2024, 13 years since Joe's death. 8 grandchildren grew up. Joseph Jr., 21 years old, Rodney, 18. Each carries their lesson, lives their teaching. Joseph Jr. in college, hard, but not giving up. Never give up. Mariah works in social services, sees pain, but chooses meaningful pain. Derek with family, protective, strong. Protect your family. Natasha, lawyer, black, woman, proud. Be proud. Brandon reconciled with father, years later. Forgive. Aaliyah activist, fighting injustice. Fight. Jordan married, happy, because love's without fear. Love. Rodney. Rodney carries most important lesson. Be free. 18 years old, starting university, wants to be musician, family worried. Music doesn't pay. Rodney, Grandpa said, be free. I'm free. I'll make music. And does. Because free. 2024, Philadelphia, in front of Joe Frazier's statue. 8 grandchildren gather. Anniversary, 13 years. Each speaks their own lesson. Then Rodney speaks, last. My grandfather suffered 6 weeks, didn't take morphine because needed to teach us. 8 grandchildren, 8 lessons, and today we carry those lessons, live them, teach them. Looks at statue. Grandpa, you taught us freedom, even in pain, and we are free, with you, because of you. 8 grandchildren say together, be free. Joe Frazier died in 2011, but lessons live. 8 grandchildren, 8 lessons, generation to generation. Because Joe asked one question, will my mind stay clear? And that question changed everything. Morphine was easy, painless, comfortable, but unconscious. Joe chose hard, painful, but conscious. 6 weeks, everyday pain, but everyday lesson, everyday valuable. In your life, what? Are you choosing easy, comfortable, painless? Or like Joe? Hard, painful, but awake, conscious, meaningful. Because how you live is choice. How you die is choice. Joe chose to be awake, to be in pain, but to be free, and left 8 grandchildren, Freedom, real legacy. Be free, like Joe Frazier.